Anthony Bourdain was a great many things, but chief among them was a man who didn't keep his opinions to himself. As anyone who read his books or watched shows like Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown or Anthony Bourdain No Reservations knows very well, if the chef, author, and TV star didn't like something or someone, the world was bound to find out sooner than later. This could easily be a problem, since Bourdain's put-downs were famously savage, and the man's high public profile meant that they were virtually guaranteed to make the news. Just ask Guy Fieri, who had to endure a long string of Bourdain's insults over the years. Bourdain didn't exactly mince his words when it came to restaurants either. Though he was essentially a TV show host for much of his life in the limelight, the man had more than paid his dues in various kitchens, holding virtually every position from dishwasher to chef over the years. As such, when he said that a restaurant wasn't worth his patronage, it came from a place of knowledge. One of the establishments that faced his verbal fury over the years was Johnny Rockets, the popular burger chain with a classic Americana twist. What could have angered the late great celebrity chef enough to badmouth the company? Did he simply hate the singing and dancing employees gimmick, or could there be a deeper reason for his ire? The world found out about Bourdain's primal loathing of Johnny Rockets in 2013, when the chef tweeted his grievances about a particularly disappointing airport meal. Bourdain wrote, "The cold, pre-cooked burger patties and old fries at otherwise empty airport Johnny Rockets, a nice touch." He then launched into an expletive-laden hashtag that indicated he wasn't a fan of the franchise's lack of commitment. Because that apparently wasn't enough to express the full spectrum of his emotion, he immediately fired again, escalating his impromptu review into threats of physical harm. He followed up with a second tweet that said, "If there's a real Mr. Rockets, I'd like to hurt him." A few minutes later, a third take on the subject followed. Shameful, shameful basket of uncaring, unconscionable. This angry mini-tweet storm made it seem that the Johnny Rockets location he'd visited had accidentally offered Bourdain a plate of garbage, and his Twitter followers soon started sharing their own negative experiences about the chain's fare. They generally agreed with Bourdain's argument that the chain didn't respect food and that no one should spend their money there. Then again, some people pointed out that Bourdain's experience probably wasn't limited to Johnny Rockets and could be applied to airport food in general. So it's pretty clear that Bourdain didn't much care for Johnny Rockets, but exactly how bad could that burger have been to provoke such a reaction? Ultimately, Bourdain's attack on the chain was not just about the food. Bourdain was a trained professional chef, and as such, he also appreciated the art of cooking. He later wrote that Johnny Rockets was responsible for the single worst airport meal of his life, and the meal was evidently so bad that he was still actively complaining about it in 2016, during his appearance on Conan, no less. The red-headed host was happy to goad Bourdain into talking about his worst meal experiences, and Bourdain was happy to rehash his Johnny Rockets experience. He said,
I've eaten a lot of really nasty things on my show, but nothing as soul-destroying as my airport Johnny Rockets experience.
Part of the problem was the subpar quality of the food, sure. However, the thing that seems to have gotten to him the most was the complete and utter lack of dedication from the passive, robotic workers, who displayed an utter lack of enthusiasm. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more mashed videos about celebrity chefs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.